wish I knew how long it's been since I reviewed a piece of gear. It's been well over a year. I haven't been buying a lot of gear lately. Um, Most people know that I carried a rescue tool religiously, and then 2014 I did use it to save a guy's life. Now, my cousin's funeral, she died in June. Her wake was in October. It was postponed because of the virus. I didn't want to go to the funeral with a whole bunch of shit in my pants. Clip this, clip that, loop here. So I wore my neck knife from CRKT, and then I had the rescue tool in my pocket, and I had that set up from October straight through until the day before my cousin's, would have been my cousin's 32nd birthday. I was off duty on her 32nd birthday, and the next day I began carrying my new knife. I bought this over a month ago, and I started carrying it on April 22nd. The Kershaw Drivetrain. This is a brand new pocket clip, obviously. Glass breaker. Belt cutter. Push that up like that, and then in order to repel it, you have to push this out like that. See that? Pushed out. This tab here goes up, and then this comes back in. Thumb stud is ambidextrous, or you can use the flipper. D2 steel. Watch. Okay. Now to liner lock, in order to re-sheet this, you take this and push it that way. So if the blade is facing this way, it's this way. If the blade is facing this way, it's this way, which is more comfortable for me. And I can watch. Resistance in. Because the blade deploys so fast with the spring assist, as you bring it down, once you get it to about there, you will meet resistance. I can do one-handed. If you can, then you can. If you can't, it is what it is, okay? You can easily do it with two hands. Now, because I'm carrying this now, I'm not carrying the rescue tool, which is good because a few weeks ago I was carrying it, came home in my garage, and I dropped it. That rescue tool saved the man's life, and I have an emotional attachment to it. And I was afraid of losing it. So I think I'm going to be carrying this for a very long time now. I cut an Amazon package open the other day. My phone case broke. I had to order a new one. The clip broke on my phone case. And when I got the new one in the mail, I literally took this out of my pocket, and it was like butter. I mean, I cannot tell you how fast. On my Instagram page, I actually have a picture of the knife and the package I opened a second later. I didn't videotape it though. But the MSRP on this is about $80. I got mine for 51. I got on eBay. So, yeah, I did. I also go to Blade HQ, but I got a better deal on eBay. Whatever. But wherever you get it, you should consider it. You know, I mean, it is. Don't forget. I'm required to take a classroom session every year for my job. I didn't take it this year because of the virus. Supervisor called me and told me, you go back to work October 4th. Are we going to do training this year? The state exempted us from training this year. It's like, do you need training? So I did not get trained this year, but a few years ago, training seminar, our instructor said, when you're a young person and carry all this shit on your gear, And then as you get older, you start condensing it. You realize you don't need to take it off. Okay? And a friend of mine, one of my dearest friends, is a SWAT officer from a neighboring. We went to high school together in this town, but he's a SWAT guy. He was in New York City, and now he does SWAT in a neighboring city. And his SWAT gear is like all decked out like fucking superhero. He looks like Batman. And I said, guys in my hometown carry half that shit. And they started a big conversation, like 100 comment conversation. It was fucking hilarious. Well, the premise is you want to condense. It's actually a Navy SEAL, a Navy SEAL lifestyle point. You condense things, okay? Guys that are on the move fast, you try to carry as little equipment as possible. Okay, I'm not a Navy SEAL, obviously, but you get the premise, okay? That's why Navy SEALs carried, the M4 carbine, or the M16 in Vietnam, if you will. That's why some Navy SEALs don't carry pistols. Rob O'Neill didn't. Rob O'Neill said he never carried a knife either. If you look at Medal of Honor recipient John Chapman, he had to carry a whole bunch of gear for his job, weather equipment, radio, shit like that. And he never carried a pistol. So guys will condense one thing for another, trade one thing for another, okay? Example, the chopped M60, which is really not used anymore. It was used in the battle John Chapman was killed in, but the chopped M60. Take the M60, take the buttstock off, take the sights off, take the bipod off, and tuck it under the arm, okay? And the premise is A, the chopped M60 is lighter than the regular M60, or B, for every pound you subtract from the M60 by condensing, okay, carry 1 pound of ammo. Okay, so you condense things. This thing here condenses my rescue tool. So rather than have a knife and the rescue tool, I only need the one. It's not that big of a deal. We look at it logically, I'm not walking out a fucking backpack okay? But I do have to move fast. I am getting slower. I cannot outrun cars anymore. And I was moving fast the past couple of days. I had to get some emergency vehicles through the past couple of days. I had to control 4 lanes of traffic past couple of days for 2 sides of pedestrians, so I had to move fast. Now, I doubt very much 2 items are going to weigh you down that much, but you get the idea. You don't want to carry a lot of crazy shit. So if you're the type of guy that doesn't want to carry a lot of crazy shit, this eliminates the rescue tool. Kershaw is an outstanding brand. My favorite knives are Cold Steel and Kershaw. Okay, I have the Kershaw Leak, which is like a gentleman's knife. I carry that when I have to wear a suit and tie. Yeah. So, and this I also use on my pants. The pants they fray. I was cutting excess fray off the pants with this one, belt cutter, and that's just it. So this is a good knife. Kershaw, anything you buy from Kershaw is good. Okay, or also Kershaw's luxury model ZT. Okay, Toyota, Lexus, Nissan, Infiniti, Kershaw, ZT. 0 tolerance. Okay, so anything from them is good. And this is part of the new lineup. They obviously want to get these at the door, and that's all I can say about it. It's very comfortable in the hand. There is some texturing. Okay, I have a big fist, so it's a little on the big side. I do have a big hand, I'll give you that. How many fingers is this? Remember the finger test, the cop? This is 4 of my fingers. I have big hands. Little known fact though, the finger test where the cop sees with a knife, and if it's too many fingers long, he takes it away from you. That is mostly bullshit, okay? Maybe in New York City or Baltimore, I don't know. But outside of New York City, in New York State, once you pass the Bronx, you can carry a fucking sword for all they care. Okay? You can carry open, concealed, no one gives a shit, okay? That thing for the finger thing with the cop is if you're in a bad neighborhood at 2 a.m. and the cop has to stop you to search you for drugs. He'll be like, let me see the knife, please. Fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Okay, you're good to go. That's what that is. It's no one's gonna fucking walk on the block and grab you and throw you against the wall. Okay, this ain't the Soviet Union. All right. So the finger thing, don't worry about it unless you're in New York City, Detroit, Chicago, Baltimore, shit like that. Okay. The big major liberal douche cities, worry about it there. But if you're outside of a big major douche liberal city, don't worry about it at all. Seriously. Okay, and thank you. Good night.